Good morning from the Red Mic. It's Tuesday, November 4th. It's election day. If you haven't voted, get out and vote. Here in Texas, there are constitutional amendments on the ballot, plus a whole lot of local stuff. In Austin, there's a big, huge tax increase that voters are going to be voting probably for, if history's any guide. Austin's never met a tax increase they didn't like. This one might be different, though. A lot of opposition to it, but I live just outside of Austin. Red Mike Messages, of course, are leadership and life lessons picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mike message: speaking plainly, speaking truth without cutting, giving the bad news. And speaking of bad news, in the last 2 days, I've gotten 3 job rejections. So trying not to take it personally, but you know how that goes. Anyway, in today's Red Mike, by the way, I'll talk more about the rejection and stuff probably tomorrow. As you can see, I mentioned it yesterday. I am in a temporary housing corporate apartment kind of thing out of town on a temporary gig. Anyway, today's Red Mike message. Let's talk about something that can separate a strong leader from just the reactive ones, how you handle the hard conversations. And we've all been there, that knot in your stomach before a meeting. You may even have a restless night knowing that the next day you're going to have to give some tough news. Not the kind of tough news that, you're not working here anymore. That's an entirely different conversation. But, you got a team member who's not stepping up, they're not meeting quality, whatever it is. And you got to have that moment, right? You've got to let them know you're just not getting it done and we're frustrated, and here's why. Now, leaning back on old Justin Meacham, he had a framework. He called it Say It Right. These are his thoughts, and I agree with him completely. Before the talk, you've got to make sure that you got your head right. You've got to remember you've got one clear goal. You've got to stick to facts, not opinions. Be calm. Pick the right place, the right time. It's got to be calm. It's got to be quiet place. And you might even practice saying your first sentence or two out loud so you hear how it is going, how it delivers. Now, during the talk, again, don't sugarcoat it, but start with a shared reason for talking. Wanted to bring you in and talk about XYZ project or this, that, or the other, or whatever it is, because these are our goals. This is what we're trying to get done. Say what you have seen concretely. Don't talk about any assumptions. Use as many I statements as possible. Pause a lot. Listen. This hopefully is going to be an interactive conversation with this person. And then repeat back what you've heard just to confirm that everybody's on the same page, right? And then end with clear steps. No speeches, no lectures, just the facts, ma'am. Here's what I think we should do moving forward. Here's how I would appreciate you handling this. I would encourage you, yada, yada. And the key through all of it, make sure that you're being respectful, curious, being empathetic, being honest, and keep a steady tone. Don't raise your voice. Don't get too quiet. I don't know if you know this about me, but if I'm being loud and rambunctious, even if I'm acting angry, probably I might be mad, but I'm not just furious. If you're in a conversation with me and then I'm being very deliberate and very measured, and I am not changing the inflection in my voice very much, just like I am right now, I am probably so PO'd that my head's about to explode. But I'm doing everything I can to keep it under control. So that's a little bit about me today. The goal of a tough conversation is not to win. There's no winning in this, not really. You got to keep moving forward. You got to keep everybody productive. So don't avoid the tension. Good leaders don't. You've got to learn how to walk through it without setting the place on fire. So before your next talk, remember, say it right or don't say it at all, or don't say it yet anyway. And that's today's Red Mike message. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it helpful. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this workspace. I may move it around until I find some place that's completely comfortable. For the next month or so, this is it. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you so much. I will talk to you tomorrow. And until next time, remember, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon. See ya.